Moving ahead to Joshua's question next. If I'm meeting my 25% savings rate already and want to start saving for my son's college, would you even recommend a 529 plan? Or should I just invest more and then pull out what I need?
Well, you could do that. You could. A lot of parents say, I don't know if my kid's going to go to college. I don't know if college is going to be around. I don't know if I want to save for that. So I'm just going to save additional. I'm going to save more than 25%. I'm going to do it in my step 7 hyperaccumulation after tax bucket. And when I need the money, I'll have the money. I'll pull it out. I'll pay for college. I'm going to be honest. There's nothing wrong with doing that. That plan will work. That plan will satisfy that need. However, if you're trying to optimize and the thing you're looking for is optimal outcome, our opinion is that 529 is the single best method by which you can save for higher education for your children, because you put the money in now. If you live in a state that has a state tax benefit, you might get a benefit on the front end for making that contribution. You can then invest those dollars. They will continue to grow, and you don't have to pay tax on those dollars while they grow. And then when your kid gets to college age, if you're using those funds for qualified educational expenses, they come out completely tax-free. So it is like a Roth IRA for college. It's a wonderful tool to use for those purposes. So if you know that the point of the dollars is college, and you know that that's the use they are going to be used for, I think it's a really hard argument to say 529s don't make sense. You can certainly do it other ways, and you can certainly save for it through other avenues. But if the goal is college, our thought is the best solution to save for college is 529 plans.
By the way, Joshua, I want to thank you and congratulate you. You actually did it in the right place. You know, you made it past the 25%. Sounds like you were in step 8, prepaid future expenses, abundance goals. I do think it's one of those things. I'm at that age now where I'm actually using my daughter's 529 for college. And I get so giddy that I think about the fact that that when I lived in the state of Georgia, they gave me a tax deduction every year that I put money in that's 529. So I essentially got a free 6%, because that's what this tax rate in the state of Georgia was. Mm-hmm. Free guaranteed 6% from the state of Georgia. Taking that deduction. And then now as I'm taking reimbursement from that 529 for my daughter's college, that money's up over 100%.
Big time.
So it's I feel like I'm getting away with something. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty spectacular to do that. So I would encourage you, Joshua, to think about that. And then a lot of people, because I know people are souring on how much college costs and all these other things. And I even read an article talking about, there's a shortage in like HVAC, people, and you can make 6 figures pretty quickly in that. But here's what people don't realize about 529s. 529s have been expanded so much that they not only can be for college, they can be for K through 12 private school, they can be for technical school, they can be for beautician school, they can be, there's so many different ways you can use a 529, including if it's account's been open 15 years, can even be rolled into Roth IRAs for the beneficiary in the future. So Joshua, there's so many tax benefits to 529s. If you think that this money is earmarked for your child bettering themselves in some way, it doesn't have to be for college, just bettering themselves in some way, it's kind of hard to walk away from when the government sets up these tax favored accounts, because there's just so many. If you did a T-chart like a nerdy accountant would do, myself, and you look at all the pros versus the cons, man, that pro column gets really heavy. And I'm, as a person walking on the other side of using this type of planning tool, I'm feeling pretty giddy about it, because also remember, even if your child gets a full scholarship for college, you can pull that money out penalty free up to the scholarship amount. But I bet you're going to even be able to find a way to make it work even if they get a scholarship. Yep. I mean, between some of the other qualified education expenses or ways you could roll this to another child who maybe doesn't get the scholarship, you could figure out some cool ways to make use of the money. 2 common misnomers to clear up. You don't have to open one in your state. All 50 states offer them. You can open up a 529 in any state. If you have a tax benefit in your state, you ought to consider that. And secondly, your kid does not have to go to school in the state of your 529 plan. So you can have a Utah 529 plan and you can send your kid to the University of Georgia. That still works. That will align. A lot of people think they have to be aligned. They do not have to be aligned.